Grand Rising, and welcome to the Tiger's Den. This is the voice of Cheryl, and I am Toothless Tiger. Here we are with another suggestive reading. INCITE. And INCITE are the people that wrote the book. The revolution will not be funded beyond the nonprofit industrial complex. This is a very riveting book. I found out about this book by looking at an interview that Charleston White gave as he was speaking about 501c3 organizations and why he chose not to use his 503 status. He spoke with a lady who told him that before he ventured off in using that status, he may want to read this book. And after speaking with her, he got the book and read it and made a decision that he would rather get funding from individuals than to go through the 501c3 process. And that's what he did. Now he's trending all over Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and he's making a difference throughout the United States. More praise for the revolution will not be funded. First quote. A stinging indictment on what the authors call the non-profit industrial complex. Elizabeth Frugel signs. Second quote. Are nonprofit organizations sufficiently accountable and responsive to the larger aims of popular social movements? Or is the nonprofit industrial complex throwing the potential for fundamental social change? The revolution will not be funded provides a variety of critical perspectives that challenge the conventional foundation model and nonprofit systems approach to a popular organizing in capitalist America. Sure to be a provocative book for activists working for social justice. That's Daniel Faber, and it could be Faber, editor of Foundation for Social Change. The book comes in 3 parts, with several chapters in each part. Part 1 is the rise of the nonprofit industrial complex. And they have some chapters starting with the political logic of the nonprofit industrial complex. In the shadow of the shadow state. From Black awakening in capitalist America. Democratizing American philanthropy. Part 2, nonprofits and global organizing. The filth on philanthropy. Progressive philanthropy's agenda to misdirect social justice movements. Between radical theory and community praxis. Native organizing before the nonprofit industrial complex. Social service or social change. Pursuing radical anti-violence agenda inside out. We were never meant to survive fighting violence against women and the Fourth World War. Part 3, rethinking nonprofits, reimagining resistance, radical social change, searching for a new foundation. Are the cops in our heads and hearts? Nonprofits and the autonomous grassroots. On our own terms, 10 years of radical community building with sister to sister. On page 235, you can find about the contributors of the book, and the index starts at page 241. For the chapters that I have read, this is a good read. So I suggest that you purchase the book, and it's anywhere from $21 to $33. On the back of the book, this is what it reads. A trillion-dollar industry. The U.S. nonprofit sector is one of the world's largest economies. From art museums and university hospitals to think tanks and church charities, over 1.5 million organizations of staggering diversity share the tax-exempt 501c3 designation, if little else. Many social justice organizations have joined this world, often blunting political goals to satisfy government and foundation mandates. But even as funding shrinks, many activists often find it difficult to imagine movement building outside the nonprofit model. The revolution will not be funded, gathers essays by radical activists, educators, and nonprofit staff from around the globe who critically rethink the long-term consequence of what they call the nonprofit industrial complex. Drawing on their own experiences, the contributors track the history of nonprofits and provide strategies to transform and work outside them. Urgent and visionary, the revolution will not be funded presents a biting critique of the quietly devastating role the nonprofit industrial complex plays in managing dissent. I suggest that you check this book out. I want to thank you for joining me in the Tiger's Den. Also want to ask you if you would consider becoming a member. I've recently changed my membership fees. The tiers are 99 cents for tier 1, tier 2 is $1.99, and tier 3 is $2.99. So consider becoming a member. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Like, share, and comment on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and as you know, I'm leaving the Tiger's Den. Goodbye.
This video was made for education and entertainment purposes only. There's no malice or ill intent from the content creator. So please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening. Good night.